Who gave you some good advice?
Yeah. I mean, this is even before I even I know who you're getting at. Before I even stepped on the field for a practice, somehow the last person from minicamp invited gets to minicamp first.
Okay.
So I get there a day before, early on in the morning, and the actual guys that play on the team are still there having meetings.
Right.
So I'm walking through, and I'm like, man, the little guy that's showing me through, and then we cross this little tiny path, and he like, that's Calvin Johnson. I'm like, I know.
Look, yeah, like trust me.
And he was like, Calvin, this guy from Atlanta, and that was the connection. And he stopped and had a conversation with him. I mean, like this Pro Bowl Hall of Famer, randomly told about this kid. He stopped. We had a 5-minute conversation, man. And the small thing, and I don't think he ever realized he said this and what it meant to me. He said, "I see you Monday."
See you Monday. Yeah.
And then when he said, I was like, I will be here Monday. Whatever it takes, I'm gonna, because I wasn't signed, I wasn't promised anything. I could have been there for 3 days and they sent me home with the same thing I came with. But when he said, "I see you Monday," I was like, hope. Man.
Ooh. Yeah. On the top floor. 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 On the top floor.
Welcome back to the Huddle, my family. We've been gone for a little while. I got stricken with the COVID, but we are back, and I told you all we were gonna dive into my book, Underrated, the route that called an NFL dream. I got 2 of my real good friends, and you'll see us together quite a bit in the coming future. We got another podcast called Dropping Dimes, just released at the beginning of the year. But we wanted to get into my book, and this is the first time I'm sitting down with anybody that's actually gone through it, and see what they saw, what they had questions about, and see if I can get some answers, some in-depth behind just the image of the book and maybe some of the stories. So, fellas, introduce yourself first.
Hi, my name is Byron. I was also stricken with the COVID, as Wallace gave it a whole title.
I'm Brandon. Didn't have COVID.
You a vet. You a vet already.
Yeah.
So, fellas, one, I appreciate y'all for actually sitting down and reading it. I did put a whole lot of my life into this book. Y'all saw. But I want people to understand that it's not just words on a sheet of paper. There's story, there's meaning, there's experience and learning and all that inside of this book. And just in case you don't get a chance to get into it, I want you to get a little bit of insight of what we went through in it. So, fellas, I'm really gonna toss it up to y'all.
I think it was an awesome book. First and foremost, I gotta say I appreciate you taking the time to even tell your story. Yeah. Especially while your story is still going on. Like, that's what's dope to me. I don't know, man. It's hard to say because I see you you all the time. Right. But it's definitely a dope story. And even with me being older than you, I thought it was a lot that I didn't know. Yeah. That the book gave me insight into. That also let me know that why I ain't even be up here stroking you like that, but you're a little bit you're wiser beyond your years. You know what I'm saying? So it gave me some insight into that.
You're definitely smart in some areas than others, though. You know.
We all are, aren't we?
But yeah, the book was it was great. It was a dope read for me because kind of come from similar backgrounds as far as sports, but you took it a lot further, and I would say I took advantage of my talent and you didn't, right? So that helped me, like even with life right now, like don't just settle. Like if you got it, go for it. Yeah. And that's exactly what the book was about. But I just want to know what made you write the book.
Man,
or what was the process of writing? What made you write it, and what was the process?
All right, I can get you on both of those.
Let's do that.
So when I finished playing ball in college, I guess a lot of people knew my story. My mother, of course, she was around for it all. Yeah. And she just told me one day, I don't even think she was serious, but she was like, you should write a book. And I'm a person that I hear stuff and I hold on to it. I might not act on it right now.
Yeah.
But I heard it. And then this guy named Sweeney at A&T, he came to us right after I had finished playing. So I'm getting ready, training for the NFL and all of that. And he was like, I want y'all to take a look at this book. And of course, nobody really took it serious, man. I had like $20.
Yeah.
That was all I had. My parents used to send me like $100 a month.
Yeah.
I had $20 left for that month.
Okay.
I said, Sweeney, bro, let me get your book, dog. So he got it to me. And I actually went through it. I would go back and forth from Atlanta to North Carolina training because I was training in Atlanta, go back to North Carolina during the week. And I was just reading the book while I was traveling. And I was like, man, this story right here can help so many people. Like, it's helped me in my process. Yeah. So after I finished reading his book, I was like, maybe my mom is right. Maybe I should put my story because there's so many things that I feel like I experienced along my journey. Yeah. That could help somebody, because honestly, I didn't know what I was doing when I first started. Mm-hmm. Right. When I was just moving, flopping like a fish. Yeah. But as I went through, I started to see and understand what I was learning. I didn't grasp it like I felt like I did in the book then, but it was the process started. And then when I went through Detroit and then got into Winnipeg, I had a lot of free time. A lot of free time. I got a refurbished Mac. And I sat down, I called Sweeney up. I was like, bro, how do you start writing a book? And he said, you got to create a pilot light. Okay. Like, a pilot light is the purpose for you writing this book. Right. Is it just for you to put your story out? Is it to connect with somebody behind you? Is it for your children as a memoir to learn? So I wrote that pilot light. I still got it on my Mac today. And that pilot light kind of helped me as I went through the process. And so the process was, I actually started with like a timeline. It was like bullet points. I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. And I started looking at it, I was like, this ain't no book. And look, this is 2012. Okay. So I'm like damn. Yeah, like 1,000 yesterday. Last week. Yeah. This is a while ago. And when I started to doubt myself, because I was started out right, I'm like, man, I can't do this thing. Man, it's a lot. Yeah. I didn't write a paper more than 25 pages. And you talking about 366. Right.
It's like, a lot of pages, brother.
Hey, big font though, big font.
It is big font and it's spread out.
Help us people like us.
Thank you for the picture.
You are so
pictures. Hey, I saw the pictures and got excited. Hey, not gonna lie.
Look, I knew books with pictures on them. I floated towards them, so I had to give y'all something. Yeah, I try. But from there it was just gradual. I actually probably wrote this book 3 times, man. I wrote it, I was like, I got a different perspective now. I got finished playing ball. I'm like, I see the world differently now. And then I start getting to the professional world. I'm like, I see it even different now. So in 2019, I got serious about, I need to finish this. Like it's been 6-7 years now. Like, get done with it, finish it. It's one of my dad's principles, is finish what you start. So I was like, just gonna sit down and finish. So the last 2 years, it's been review. It's been getting it edited. It's been getting people to look at excerpts of it and kind of critique it. And then finally, got it finished and put out in May. It's been a journey, as everything is in life. Yeah. Was that what you looking for?
That was exactly what I was looking for. Because I want to write a book. I'm probably not, but it's cool.
Hey, everybody got a story, man.
We do have stories.
Everybody got a story.
We do have stories.
Again, I think it's dope that you would put out this much of your life while you're still living it. Like you said, man, I got a different perspective after this many years. And then I got another perspective as I started to walk into this part of my life. So what made you say, now is the perfect time?
It was that I need to finish. Like, I felt like I was stalling myself. You give yourself excuses to not finish. And I felt like I'm stepping out of football and being able to look back and look at a high view. I'm like, okay, I think this is the perspective to help somebody get through that space. Okay. And then, like, eventually there'll be another book, but it'll be, how can somebody get through the next space? Like, this book only goes up to when I got to Detroit.
Bro, so I was about to say, are we looking for a series? Oh.
Yeah, man. I mean, and it's going to be about my life, but one thing I like that people bring up to me is like, dang, how did you get through that? I want to write a book. Because to me, I'm like, yeah, this is an accomplishment, but I hope somebody else looks at it as like, oh, I can do that. Just like I looked at Sweeney's book, like, it's possible for a regular person. Because when I was a kid, an author was somebody that sat in some foreign whatever in a room and just wrote, and I'm like, that's not me.
Right.
But a regular person that lives a regular life that just wrote a book about the lessons and the things, the experiences that he went through, and can put it out, and people will want to get to it.
But besides that, you have a hell of a story. So, you know, you got to at least have that also.
That helps a little bit.
Yeah, it helps a lot. Just want to get into the book. Let's start with high school. So, high school.
Fun times.
I see you started with soccer.
Yeah.
And they got you to play football. And you had to start as a kicker.
Yeah.
So tell me about that. Like coming in, did you want to be the kicker or did you want to do something else?
Man, I hated kicking.
Hated kicking.
And the only reason they made me play, and it's probably the only reason I made the team, was because of my soccer background.
Okay.
So as a soccer player, you can transition to kicking pretty easily. But what you also don't realize is a soccer player work on their footwork all the time, so they can transition into most positions.
Yeah.
But they just looked at me as a kicker. Exactly. Yeah. They just looked at me. It's a physicality that's a little different.
Yeah.
There's a little a different physicality, and that's where the mental decision comes in. It's like I'm gonna do this. When I first got to playing football, I would go out in the backyard and run routes with my dad, running button hooks. You know, that's the old school curl.
Hey, come on,
man.
Man.
So I went out there like I'm gonna go out there and my ball. Man.
Nope.
In the book, I talk about this guy, Addison Williams.
We gonna get to him.
Oh, all right.
We getting to him.
But yeah, I struggled from the beginning.
Okay.
But it was something that I was always drawn to it, man.
Okay.
I used to watch Barry Sanders as a kid. Like everybody sit on the couch, I'm 2 feet from the TV just watching Barry Sanders. Pops took me to Detroit to watch Barry Sanders. Like my aunt May, she passed away 3 years ago. But when I would go hang with her, my parents wouldn't let me play football because I was a little skinny kid. Mm-hmm. She would take me down to the field where all the kids in her neighborhood were playing. And we just standing on the fence, bro. And I'm just watching game after game after game.
Ain't nothing like it, huh?
And I was like, this is the closest I could get to it. And eventually, I called it the water's edge, where she took me.
Okay.
It was like she took me as close as I could at that point. But it was going to be up to me to dive in.
Exactly.
Yeah. And about 10 years after we started going down there, I got my chance to dive. Okay. And I wasn't going to waste it, bro. I've been waiting. I wasn't going to waste that opportunity.
All right.
So the transition from a kicker to, in my opinion, a hell of a wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
In his opinion.
Like this man,
I can't wait to your opinion.
I was about to say, this man's opinion.
Can't wait for your
anybody.
opinion.
Ain't a hell of a nothing. There's no hell of us here in the world.
Jerry Wright, you not a
hell of a. I wouldn't say all that. Maybe hell, but
not over.
To go from being a kicker to, again, in my opinion, a hell of a wide receiver, and to go from soccer, like you said, that transition into football with the physicality. How did you make that transition? Like, in my opinion, I can't think of anything that would make that transition smooth.
Oh, it wasn't smooth.
I'm sure.
It wasn't smooth, man. It always came back to, and in the book, every now and then I sit down like, do you really want to do this? And for me to believe and dream and want to since I was, like 2 to 4 years old till I was 16 when I first got my chance, I'm dreaming. Like, I broke my ankle playing football on a tennis court because they wouldn't let me play on the team. Right? I was doing whatever I could in the streets, whatever. So when I got the opportunity, I was like, I can't let this go.
Right.
No matter what's happening. And it was sometimes I wanted to quit. And it's good to have mentors in this instance. The first one was my father to tell me, like, you've been good at baseball. I was good. Soccer, I was good. I wasn't good when I stepped on the football field. And he was like, this is going to be the hardest thing you had to do in your life so far is to sit the bench. Yeah. And show up every day to practice and give everything you can. Stay late if you can. And just be ready for the opportunity. Because as you know in football, and I didn't know as a kid, all it takes is one play. And you in there.
Yeah.
Will you be ready for that when that one play happens?
I'm thrown in there.
man.
Fire.
And it's moving fast at every level.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I wanna know, because I know, like, especially because we played football when we were younger, right? So when we kind of got introduced to the physical side of it, it was, for me, it was still tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, even as a little kid, like playing against other little kids. So you in a sense, missed those years of getting your body
prepared to take them hits.
Yeah. Like, so going, and I know soccer is a physical sport. Like I have a Caribbean background, so definitely
it's much more physical than most people think. Yeah.
Like, so, and there's a lot of jostling here.
I'm telling you, bro.
Nah, it can't be that much more physical than football.
But it's not. It's more than people think.
More than what?
I'm definitely not saying it's that.
I mean, I guess y'all get kicked in the shin from time to time.
But it's a lot of jostling here.
At 14, they tell you shouldering somebody's defense. Yeah. It's really just banging up top. Yeah. But being able to maintain your. But we'll get back.
I understand. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
So to go from that amount of physicality to somebody running
special
flat out at you.
Yeah, first time I got cracked back was crazy.
Bad. I already know.
So it just comes back to decisions to me. Like I just constantly decided that I'm not gonna leave something that I've been waiting for so long. Like in the book, I got the snot literally knocked out of me, bro. I got hit one time and had snot in my eyebrows. Yeah. Didn't know if I wanted to go on the field or if I wanted to go to the sideline. But I still had to make a decision. Like,
I would pick the sideline, at least for a play.
I did, bro. Up here wasn't straight. Look, I said I want to go to the sideline and got in the huddle. And then they said, you gonna stay in? I said, yeah, and ran off the field. Yeah. Bro, I was all messed up. Yeah. But at the end of the day, when everything settles, you got to make a decision to show back up.
Have to every time.
So that's what helped me continue, because this guy that used to go to Georgia, Keontae Tripp, ended up playing for the Browns. He was our tight end and DN. They put me at tight end in practice a couple times just to kind of help. Yeah. This man would maul me. Like palm my helmet, throw me in the ground. But I'm like, this is what I want to do, right? So I made a decision every day to show back up.
I would have went to basketball.
I would.
It was like the Oklahoma drill.
Man, I hated that.
Created a lot of basketball players. Yeah, most definitely.
Most definitely would have been my.
That's a real line right there. Oklahoma drill.
Yeah. I have a question about a title, chapter 4.
Is that from a fan or is that yours?
No, it's me.
Okay.
I got fans.
Preparation in disguise. What does that mean?
So I feel like everything that we're going through right now is preparing you for something coming in your future. Okay. And I didn't realize, and one of the bigger things in my life was I didn't realize that being a kicker, learning how to kick, kicking in the game, putting kicking on film, actually gave me the opportunity to play college football. Okay. Because I went to North Carolina A&T just trying to figure out. I gave my highlight tape. It had all 12 of my catches in high school, and it had probably about 7 kicks, and 2 of them were probably botched, and I ended up throwing a 2-point conversion or something. Yeah. But when they saw me kick, they were like, "Oh, we need a kicker." They had actually gave a kicker a scholarship, but they were like, "We need some competition at kicker. We don't never have a kicker here at A&T." So that's the only reason I got a chance to be a preferred walk-on. Because if not, I would have had to wait till the next spring. And that's when it gets kind of sketchy. If you come in as a preferred walk-on as a freshman, they can see you can get to know the coaches. You in there. Okay. So preparing as a kicker, hating it, gave me an opportunity down the line. And that's why I feel like people have to get as much as you can right now, even if it's not what you want to do. Because something in right now is going to help you down the line in the space that you want to be in. Because when I got to be at A&T, I got a chance to change my stars and become a receiver. Yeah. But I wouldn't have had the opportunity if I hadn't gone through the struggle of kicking. Yeah,
that title definitely stuck out to me. I'm going to take that with me.
Yeah.
Also in that chapter of 4, you seem to be feeling yourself a little more. Right? I guess, you had ran a few routes, probably caught a few balls or whatever. And you called out the best DB in your high school.
Yeah.
The guy AD was talking about earlier. How did that go?
Man, that was like my worst and best moment at the same time, bro.
All right.
AD, great corner, ended up going to South Carolina. It actually is I think it's the DB coach at University of Central Florida now.
Okay.
But AD was a dog. Like, he's lining you up man to man on the line, and we're not going nowhere. That was his game. He was fast enough to run with you, so he wasn't scared. But I was like, if I want to be the best, like I say I do, I got to beat the best.
Yeah.
So I called him out. I'm like, AD, what's up, bro? And he like, nah, bro, I'm chilling. You
I don't blame him.
You in the back line. You number 6 or 7 receiver. I'm not. I kept calling him.
You were the kicker.
Man, yeah. No, facts.
No,
yeah,
I know.
So he showed up. He was like, all right, cool. I'm going to do you like you supposed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Snapped the ball, gave my move, locked up.
I like that.
Most of the time, they lock you up and they just like keep you at the line. He made a point. This man drove me to the sideline. You know, you got the water cooler sitting on the bench, sat me down next to it. Almost like he was saying, chill out, little fella.
Exactly.
Yeah. But me being crazy, and I feel like I was a sucker for pain, and kind of helped me through a lot of things. I hopped up. I was that guy that ran back. Nah, AD, come back. AD, I want you again, AD.
Same thing.
This time he didn't take me to the sideline. Okay. I appreciate you, bro.
Okay.
But that was that interaction. But to jump on preparation disguise, going against the best player, AD is probably the number 2 DB in the country. I mean, in the state, because Eric Berry was in that same class.
Yeah.
Going against him day to day, when I got to A&T,
nothing.
Not nothing.
Nothing.
But the competition was not the same.
Yeah.
It was not. The AD taught me things unknowingly that I probably wouldn't have learned until later years in college. But going against that type of talent and that type of challenge and failing but continuing to show up also prepared me for the opportunity I got later on in life.
Okay. So question, did you ever complete anything on this guy AD?
Yeah, I got AD.
Got him a few times.
Look, when I say a couple, might be like literally like
so that built your confidence basically.
It built my resilience.
Okay.
Because it's tough to have confidence when you know
when you lose them most of the time. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, when you know. But I just kept showing up, deciding to keep showing up.
There you go.
All right. So after that, you make it through high school. Your senior year, like you said, didn't have many catches.
Yeah.
Still was the kicker, pretty decent kicker. So leaving high school.
Yeah.
Right? Graduate. This great guy.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
You finna go drumline, wasn't you?
Drumline. North Carolina A&T. How did that come about?
I had a list of 5 schools.
Okay.
I wanted to go to University of Alabama, Birmingham, because I had seen Roddy White.
UAB.
Yeah, I wanted to go there. I saw Roddy White.
Recruited by them, man.
Yeah, I did.
That's cool.
I did. But all the schools, I mean, every one of them had something that was a no. And UAB was the one I really wanted, but they never called.
Yeah.
Soccer, they had a good soccer program, and they had a good they were up and coming football program.
Rugby too.
Well, I wasn't playing that. I didn't decide
just put them out there
to do that.
Yeah.
But just going up there, and it's almost like serendipity.
Okay.
It's word of where things just kind of manifest and understanding comes. Where we went up there, me and my dad on a college visit. I had already got accepted, and we just walked up in the coach's office. Didn't expect to see anybody, talk to anybody, just see what's gonna happen.
Just lingering. Yeah.
The defensive line coach is in there, and we just come in. How you doing? My name is Wallace Miles from Atlanta, Georgia. I'd like to just see if we can get a chance to. You look at my tape. He sat down. He stopped what he was doing and sat down with me. I'm like, well, cool. Shoot, that'll work. Sat down. He saw the kicking. He made this comment like, we need a kicker. And once we got done with that conversation, it was a good feel, but like he was like, we can't just bring you in. Well, we'll let you know at the end of the summer or something like that. As we were walking out, this guy was sitting in the meeting room watching film by himself, young guy. And he was like, hold on now. I want to introduce you to Doug Brown. sat down, and like Roddy White was my hero when I was about to leave because he got an opportunity, went first round to the Falcons. You know, that's the hometown team. And we sat down and talked with Doug. Doug had a 200-yard game. Doug started 4 years at A&T. Doug showed something. We watched some film with Doug. He showed so much love, and I was like, this just feels right.
Yeah.
So when we left that room, Roddy White wasn't my hero no more. Doug Brown was my hero. Okay. So then I was like, I'm going to A&T and I'm wearing number 5.
So you had already got accepted there.
I got accepted, yeah. So
you just decided to play football while you're there.
Yeah, I was trying to play wherever I went, but that was the light went off.
It felt good.
Yeah. Because honestly, when I left the room, I still wasn't on the team yet.
Yeah.
But it happened later on in the summer.
Okay, so later on in the summer.
Yeah.
College,
come on, I like
this college.
I like
the story.
Yeah.
What made you just decide to actually just walk on, like to fulfill it? Because a lot of times, you know, walking on is rough, and we dealt with a lot of walk-ons.
Yeah,
they don't get treated very well. So how was that walk-on experience, I guess?
Well, one, I think the reason I committed because I was ignorant.
Okay. I
didn't know the difference. I thought a walk-on was just on the team, just wasn't getting paid. No, you get treated differently.
Yeah.
There are a different set of rules for walk-ons, and I had to learn quickly. Because a lot of guys came in with me and walked on, but didn't make it through that first year. But I think it's still just going back to like, nothing that you say or do is going to change how I felt for 10 years or 14, 15 years leading up to my chance to play football. Yeah. And I'm still new. I don't even know what I really am in this game. So no matter how many sprints, no matter how many times you're going to tell me to roll, no matter how many times I got to do extra whatever, I'm going to do it because I've been waiting for this.
Gotcha.
A lot of guys, and I realized, because I didn't understand why they ain't had no drive in college. They had been playing since they were 4 years old, so it wasn't.
And that's where we differ.
Yeah.
Right? Everything that came so easy to me and just natural, that extra work for what? I'm about to dog these folks.
Yeah.
But you actually did that, right? And that's why, like, I love the book.
Yeah.
I love you for that. You know what I mean? As a person. So
I appreciate that.
Dope, man.
Yeah.
You got anything?
Man, the transition to wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like, and I know you can. Sometimes, I know for us, we talk about it all the time, like just getting to the point where you get to a level of greatness, right?
Yeah.
So that transition, how did that go? Like I know you can go out there like Devontae said, you can do
go
as
out there
many
all
drills
the
as you want
until you run some routes.
Yeah. Like how was that transition for you? Because I know, like. For me, it was a tough transition.
Yeah.
Because I knew absolutely nothing.
You mean like transitioning into being successful or just transitioning from kicker to
wide receiver? Because I know you started it in high school.
Yeah.
But, like, now you in college.
Yeah.
So now you like.
It's different.
This is what I'm about to do.
But see, that's where preparation in disguise comes in. Because, honestly, though I didn't play football until I was 16 with helmets and shoulder pads, I would drag my dad out of the house, and we was running slants, button hooks, posts. We was catching the ball in the house, Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah. I mean, anywhere I was going after church when the parents all talking, I'm in the parking lot. So I'm just practicing hand-eye coordination, catching the ball. My dad had me going around the circle in the backyard. We don't have a reason. I'm not about to go to a game this weekend. Yeah. We just in the backyard. Yeah. And it's really just... It was the rudimentary, the basic training for when I stepped out on the field. Because, I mean, when I stepped out there, I knew what a slant was. I knew what a dig was. I knew what a post was. Now, the science behind them.
Now to get to the greatness.
Yeah.
Because that's the science.
Yeah. So, to get to anything great, you got to be challenged. You can go out there and decide you want to do whatever, but until you're challenged, you're not going to see the next level that can be achieved in your life. And that challenge for me was first AD, but then Milt Stegall came to my life. Milt Stegall, Hall of Fame, CFL receiver, 14 seasons at Winnipeg. Every record in the world, 100 and some touchdowns, crazy. But somehow, his son was playing for my old soccer coach. And this is why I tell people, you gotta give everything you can in your space because you never know who in this space is gonna remember you down the line.
Right.
Because I don't know if he's going to tell any other player on our soccer team that wasn't giving any kind of effort, oh, yeah, I got this guy that can help you transition.
Right.
So he connected, my soccer coach connected Milt with my dad and put me out there. And then Milt put me on my ass. I mean, after the warm-up, I was like, I'm not going to make it.
Yeah.
Like
that was the warm-up?
The warm-up, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes. I'm like, I'm not going to make it.
Yeah.
We went through an hour of work. And at the end of it, I'm laid out on the field. And this man, it's not like he just tell you to do stuff. Milt out there running with you.
Yeah.
We get done. I'm laid out on the field. This man said, all right, y'all give me a card. And walked off the field. I'm laying there by myself.
Yeah.
Had to crawl off the field, then limp to the car, and had to make a decision. Do I want to do this again? But I had already seen that challenges help you become. Like, if I work with this guy, when I go to A&T,
it's nothing.
I was the walk on. I'm like, I'm getting that scholarship working with that guy.
Yeah.
Nobody out there, nobody in the country gonna work like this.
Yeah.
So I feel like, and I just kept taking on challenges. Every time I got an opportunity, I found a higher level to work with. Even through the pros, I was like, I'm going to work with Calvin Johnson. I'm going to work with Terrence. I'm going to work with Terrence Edwards. Like I'm trying to find the best receivers, the best whatever, and just compete against them because it's just gonna bring more out of me.
Okay. Chapter 20. This was actually kind of fun to me because you went in like real detail in the book. First game jitters. How was that first time getting in a college game for you?
It was nerve-wracking, man. Like on something special, and it's funny how you train and work and you know the goal is coming.
Special teams, by the way.
Yeah, you know it's coming.
This man is the worst.
But the best.
No. That's why I wanted to hear about it.
Yeah, you know the whatever's coming. That first game is coming. I'm preparing all summer for it. I'm ready for it. You get out there like, oh shoot, it's 40,000 people out here. Oh, the band is playing. Oh, they talking trash. Oh, they moving faster. Yeah. And my first play in college was they put me on the kickoff return team, front line, and I look across the field. And a receiver that I was playing behind, who was a year behind me in high school, was across the way. I got a block.
This is what makes it great. Yeah, please continue.
I got a block somebody that I was behind in that line against AD. And as soon as the play went off and I collided with him, whatever, I ain't make no super huge block, but it was like I was hitting my pass and being able to let it go and step past it.
Right.
It was crazy that it was him.
Boy, deep,
out of anybody in the entire stadium, it was Rico Poole sitting across from me, number 6. I'm like, how in the heck is we both freshmen? He was a true freshman. I was a redshirt freshman. And it was like, soon as I was like, I'm done with Westlake, bro. I can step into this A&T thing. Got my first catch that game. Thought I was going to score my first catch ever. And then, I gave him a shake. I'm on the 3-yard line, about to leave my feet. Bro, jump on my legs and drop me. But I don't know if we're going to get to it, but that was also preparation in disguise.
Right.
It let me know something about myself.
Hey, that title, dude, that should have been the title of the book. I'm probably going to take that. I'm just letting you know.
Take it, dog.
This man said his book is going to be called.
Hey, listen, preparation in disguise. Coming soon. Hey. I don't know when.
I'm going to hold you to it, though.
Listen, don't do that.
All right.
I was about to say, and you know he's gonna.
I know that because we've shared
communication.
these football stories, man, and I got a little open with him, and real deep, what I mean. And he told me his story, and I'm like, man, that's wild. Like, it's yeah. I don't want to get emotional, but yeah. We gonna go to chapter 22.
Yeah.
The prophecy, right? By this time, you balling.
Yeah.
Great player. You told your dad that you was gonna break all the records, right? You told this man 70 receptions.
Yeah.
1,000 yards.
Yeah.
And 10 touchdowns.
Yeah.
What made you feel like you could do that?
He always told me to set goals.
Mm-hmm.
And like I wanted to have a baseline. So I went through all the A&T records, all the way back to 1940 something. And the most receptions was 63. the most yards was 905, and the most touchdowns by a receiver was 9. Mm-hmm. No, a tight end had 10. So I was like, shoot, I'm gonna beat that reception. I'm getting 70. I want to be the first receiver in A&T history to get 1,000 yards, and I might as well just get 10 touchdowns. But he also taught me that, yeah, you can talk a big game, but you're gonna have to show me.
Listen, that man daddy said, show me. Like, wasn't excited. Wallace was excited. In the book, Wallace was excited. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. Thinking he gonna get a different response from Pops. And Pops been hard through this whole book. I don't know why he thought he was gonna get a different response. But Pops was like, show me. And that's deep. Yeah. And what was your response?
Bet.
Exactly. Listen, bet. Like that, hey, that's what's up.
And I think that was the perfect response from him, because if I would have told anybody, they'd be like, yeah, man, go ahead, man. But they not gonna check me for it.
Yeah.
Right.
They not gonna hold me to it. And if I'm out partying or something, whatever, like, they're not gonna hit me like, I thought you wanted 1,000. If I'm at home and I'm not working out, my dad can be like, oh, 1,000, huh?
1,000.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So him being able to express that to him, and then him even just looking at me, it holds me accountable. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you can't tell everybody your dreams, but it's them certain people you tell them, they gonna hold you accountable, even if it's just their presence.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, we do it. You know what I mean?
I know.
So I guess another to add to that same question, why was setting the record so important?
I think I wanted to create validity to my career.
Okay.
So like, I got up there.
I would just said I wanted to be the best, but that's a cool answer too.
No, I think that was like I when I stepped on the field, I felt I was the best. I felt like I showed I was the best every time I stepped out there. But I'm like, I don't want to just be because the best on my team was 480 yards, 540 yards. Like, that's not really booming.
Okay.
So I'm like, cool, I'm the best on this team. Great. Every time I step out there, I want to be the best. I want to be on the level of the greats in A&T history.
Right. Yeah.
I want to put validity.
No, that's what I meant by the best.
Yeah.
Not on your team, but the best here.
Talk about me forever.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
I don't know if I looked at it as like I want people at some point. I guarantee at some point I did, because I wanted this word legacy came up, and it became like, I want you all to remember not just me, but what it took to become whatever I became. Right. But the 1,000 yards, it was just like, I want to solidify the validity of all the work that I put in, all the time that I put in, all the energy, walking on as a kicker. Like, I want y'all to know this guy worked and it paid off to something.
Cool. You got anything?
Man, no, I'm just listen. I'm just being Gail right now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Nah. It's just, like I said, the book is dope.
Yeah, no.
So where are we? Okay, chapter 24. Right. You're going into, I think, maybe your junior year, senior year. I don't remember. But you guys had a coaching change.
Yeah, we had like 4 of them. But
yeah, but I'm assuming this was the last one, huh?
What happened next?
No, you just took advantage of it and came to practice with your tape on your helmet.
Yeah, so this it's not the last one, but
okay.
So in the spring, especially when you got a coaching change, they trying to learn players, so they put tape across your forehead and they write your name on there. And I had been talking, like I tell you, I wasn't scared. I won a scholarship. I'm not trying to. I paid to play for 3 years. Right. I was like, I'm done with this. I'm the best guy on this team at this position, and y'all aren't gonna give me any money. I'm done. So I told him, like, behind this, I said, I'm gonna have to stop playing.
So hold on, I want to back up real quick.
Yeah.
I brought up the tape for a reason. Mm-hmm. What did that tape say?
Oh, I got you.
Okay,
I got you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, all right.
I was just giving a little backstory.
Okay, sorry.
I was done paying to do the best that you have. Mm-hmm. So I said, look, you gonna read "I need money" on every time you see me. You gonna remember, I need money. I'm not playing this for fun. I'm not doing. My parents, they paid as much as they can. We don't have any more money, so y'all need to pay me. I felt like a pro receiver or something.
Yeah, no.
But it was really like, I need y'all to invest in me like I'm investing in y'all.
Yeah, you the best.
I'm giving you everything I got. When I'm not here, I'm giving you what I got. So I just took it upon myself. I got another piece of tape, wrote I need money on it, and every time you saw me, you knew. And I practiced like I wanted the DBs to know I'm coming at you like I need a scholarship.
Right.
I wanted the other receivers to know I'm coming for your money. If they gotta take it, I want it because I need this. Yeah, right. I've been working for it. So yeah, that moment, and then I got my scholarship.
Pop. You also had a coach. I forget the name. Sorry, coach.
Yeah.
Who kind of kept you on your toes.
Yeah.
And let you know, hey, you need money, don't you?
That's that accountability.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
I like that too, but you speak on that.
He was joking initially because I came out there. Everybody thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
And I was dead
serious.
They
calling you that.
Yeah. I was dead serious. But every time I might not do the extra catches at the end of practice, or I might have taken a play off. And he's like, "You need some money, don't you?"
Yeah.
And it's just a quick, all right, you are exactly right.
I figured that's all you needed.
That's all I needed. Yeah. Every time he just like, money, right? Sprints, whatever.
That motivation.
Yeah.
A reminder, gentle reminder.
Yeah. That was dope of him. We just skimming through the book. You guys make sure y'all pick this book up, man. Yeah, man. It's dope. Underrated. Please support my guy. Underrated. I mean, I guess so. I guess he was underrated, but the boy was a dog, man. But I'm gonna skip on. I'm gonna get to chapter 50.
Yeah.
Right. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back.
Hey, they short chapters too.
No, they are. They like 2 pages, 2-3 pages. But no, I'm gonna go back. Something else that like you kind of took personal. Your last college game.
Yeah.
Talk about that for me. Like you riling everybody up and that really not being you. Yeah. Like, what made you do that?
So I think what you talking about is. It was right before my last season. Right, okay. That was my first game of my last season.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. And I had been a leader probably the last 2 years, so my second and third year, but I was never vocal. I just wanted you to see that I was working, so that meant if you wanted to be with me, you had to work. Mm-hmm. It was like a example by leadership by example. Yeah. But I started to realize that some people don't respond that way. Mm-hmm. And I was reading up on this school, Virginia Lynchburg. They started talking trash about us. Mm-hmm.
New school too.
Brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hadn't played football in like 30 years.
47, I think.
Okay, 47. Like yeah. Good catch, bro. You ready, right? I did the research too. Yeah. But they started talking trash. I'm like, the only reason they did that because we finished 1-10 last year.
Yeah.
So they felt confident. We about to come in there and beat this team. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this is my last year. I'm not letting a moment go without doing whatever I think it needs to happen.
Right.
So I cut up a newspaper clipping of what they said, put it in my pants for the whole practice. I'm waiting. I'm like, man, I'm about to get these boys because I cannot lose this game and then go 1-10 again or 0-10 again.
Yeah.
I seen both of them.
Right.
So we get done with practice and I bring them I bring everybody in the middle. Everybody like, what's Wallace doing?
Yeah.
Cause I might give you a break it down 1, 2, 3, but I'm like, hey, come here, bro. I need to talk to all of y'all.
Yeah.
Everybody circle me up, and it's crazy because it's like it's funny how all the leaders were right in front of me, and it was like tears behind them.
Yeah.
Cause I wanted the quarterback. They talking about this. They talking about that. We get this work in. I mean, Lewis, he from Westlake, so we back home working.
Yeah.
We get it in summer. My roommate is the running back, Mike Mayhew. Mike, they saying they gonna stop you 1,000 yards running every year. Blah, 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 blah. Going at all the receivers, going to the safety. And then I just set it off. We got this chant at A&T.
Yeah.
Do I gotta do it?
No, please don't. Please don't. I saw that. I skipped that part. Nobody wants to hear that shit.
Yeah, all right. Come to Greensboro. We got you. But yeah, and I just set it off. But it was just pure emotion of this is it. It's all I got. It's all we got together as this team. Because you realize when you playing with a team, like, this is the only time we'll be this team ever. Every year there's changes. Every year there's in college, people graduating, people coming in, right. The pros, people getting released, whatever. It's the only time we're going to be this team. And we got to take advantage of every day. And I think that last coaching staff kind of subconsciously instilled that in us.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So this is where he gets the speeches that he hits us with for the flag football.
Because
flag football.
We play flag football now. People,
football.
We're not ashamed of it.
It's tough. It's tough to let it go, man. Nah, we love it, man. And you create brothers in different industries, different spaces in their life. Yeah, it's amazing to play with y'all, man.
Because somebody's talking about.
We'll talk about that later. You about to hurt my heart.
Definitely hurt my heart.
So we're gonna go to chapter 50. Yeah. And of course, y'all, y'all can read all the in-between stuff. Path to the draft.
Yeah.
We're getting towards the end of the book. You gotta, make a decision coming out of college,
Yeah.
Not knowing, what's next really. A&T, that's really not nowhere, that gets recruited, man. HBCUs, you know how that goes. But the path to the draft. What were your feelings during that time?
Doubt, but I don't care.
Okay.
I doubt every day that I showed up to work out, and I was working out twice a day, one facility in the back at Prolific Park in Greensboro, North Carolina, and I was working back at A&T.
Okay.
Every day I felt like I'm not gonna make it, but I guarantee you I won't make it if I don't show up.
High school coach, what was the quote?
Which one? College coach?
No, high school. Was it college? Basically, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right?
And it was another one. Man, I should have been more prepared. I'm sorry.
I think he's gonna call out. If something good happens, keep playing. Definitely. If something bad happens, keep playing.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
You took that with you. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah. And that's really like it was. I really don't think I'm gonna do this because I'm from A&T, small time receiver. I got 1 year of real production, but I'm like, if I don't put this work in, I won't be ready for the opportunity that does show up. So even if I'm getting, and I was training with pros. Yeah, I'm losing again. Yeah, like losing races, losing agility drills, losing routes.
Starting from the bottom.
Bro, I'm not used to getting locked up no more.
Yeah.
But they putting hands on me, so and it's different. But it's challenging me. So I just kept pushing through that. And what really kind of gave me some belief, that it was actually I kept pulling from. It was like the year before.
Okay,
I went to Westlake High School with Cameron Newton.
Okay.
Heisman Trophy, NFL MVP. But the second that he walked across the stage with the commissioner, dapped him up, smiling, putting the Carolina Panthers hat on, it told me that people from where I'm from, people that have been on the field that I'm from, can go to the league. Even though I ain't seen him in 4 years.
Yeah.
I'm connected to that.
Right.
It's possible. It's like when I grew up, I was like, Barry Sanders is a Greek god or something, like something that's just foreign.
Yeah.
But seeing him go across the stage told me like real people from real places can go to the league. Definitely. So I can do it. Still doubted myself, but it was something to pull from him. Like you can make this somehow. I don't know how it's gonna happen. I don't know who's gonna see you. I don't know what the situation's gonna be. Right. But if you continue to show up, you're gonna have a chance.
So, even knowing you, so in that chapter 50, you kind of get us excited a little bit, and then you disappoint.
And then I let you down.
Yeah. You get a phone call.
Yeah.
From a coach from the Lions,
player personnel guy. Yeah.
And you think it's just like I'm reading the book, like, oh, he made it, and I know you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Didn't happen. Thought you was getting drafted. Yeah. Didn't happen. What was that feeling?
Man, the draft was terrible, bro. Okay. It was tough because you thinking, and you start seeing guys, and you looking up their stats like, I did way better. Yeah. I look at how they play. So it was kind of depressing for 3 days. That was when they made it the 3-day draft. And the letdown of getting told we might can bring you in.
Yeah.
I took it for what it was, but I'm like, why would you stop working?
Yeah.
And honestly, the day of the draft, the day after the draft, I was back in the gym. Because I'm like, there's still opportunities. This is not the end all be all. This is not the last day you'll ever have to have a chance. Right. So it was like depressing but invigorating at the same time. Like you have to do more. Like you've been working hard, great. And it wasn't enough. You got to do more to have an opportunity to be enough. And that's when I've got that first phone call. And the way it really played out was right after the draft. I got a call like 2 days later in the weight room. I was in the weight room, and he was like, "We might have a spot for you." I'm like, "Man, cool.
Yeah,
it's the Detroit Lions.
Yeah,
I've been a Detroit Lions fan since I was 4
team.
years old.
You know how crazy that is,
man. So, wow.
Yeah, when I read that part, I was like,
yeah, that's wild, right?
This old
look, exactly. He had to write a book.
Hallmark situational.
Man,
yeah.
The law of attraction, man.
That's it.
So actually hearing that, so not getting drafted, gonna call you back. You know, if something come up, cool. You still working. You kept working.
Yeah.
Get another phone call.
Yeah.
Hey, want to bring you to a mini camp.
Yeah.
Right. So that was May 10th, 2011.
2 days before I was supposed to graduate.
Give me that day. What was that day? I want to know that day.
The phone call?
No, the day. Like you, what did you do that day? Can you remember?
When I got the phone call, or when I went to
the phone call,
the lead up.
Before the phone call, the phone call and after.
Yeah, it was a regular day. I woke up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Went to the cab, got something to eat. I had an 8 o'clock class, and I was like, dang, I ain't get my I'm not gonna get my workout in. Okay. So I was like, I got an hour. I could either go take a nap, or I can get this workout in.
2 days, 3 days before you graduated, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you know,
you're
still at it.
Yeah.
Still had to show up. But went, got the workout in the middle of the workout, I get a phone call from 313. On 313, I know it's Eminem.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I guess maybe it's Detroit.
Yeah. Big state.
Yeah. Everybody from the 313, yeah. But that's when I picked the phone up in the gym. I'm like, I try to get my professional voice. Mm-hmm. And Cedric Saunders, player personnel guy at Detroit, was like, we might have a chance for you. I'm like, cool, man. I appreciate it. Just let me know, whatever. I'm there. He said, if we do, I'll give you a call back. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you, I went and skipped the class because I went and took that nap.
Right.
I mean, 3 days before graduation. I'm really about done.
Of course,
yeah.
And you just got a call from the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, so you deserve a nap.
I appreciate it, but I took that nap and I got a phone call, phone buzzing under my pillow. Woke up, same 313 number, so I know who it is now. Mm-hmm. You know, when you wake up, you hello, and I was like,
you perked up, yeah.
I said, hello, hello. I'm practicing before I answer the phone. So I answered the phone. I said, how you doing, sir? What did you find out? And he answers, we're gonna bring you to minicamp.
Yeah.
I'm like, I appreciate it, sir.
Yeah.
Try to keep it calm, bro.
Yeah. As
soon as I put the phone down, game jumped up in the air. I'm like,
crazy.
Going wild in the room by myself.
I could feel it through the book. Yeah. Like, I'm like, man,
I was like, this is crazy. The Lions, man. And then I got my shot, but it was like to me, it was the same thing as when I got to A&T. Like originally it was a no, and then something happened because somebody.
Your whole life was a repeat.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's life.
Yeah.
Like you go through things, you learn things, you see them, and then when they happen again.
But these were like specific though. Like
that's because I looked back and found it in it though.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was kind of blatant sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was the same thing as me getting a chance to walk on the A&T. Mm-hmm. And I'm mentally prepared for that. So let's say you were a scholarship athlete coming out of high school. Everybody loved you. Everybody wanted you. You get in, everybody doing everything for you. Then you go to the pros and you got to be a free agent or you got to go to minicamp.
Yeah, you go from being the man.
Yeah, to having to
struggle mentally.
Scrapping.
So, yeah, man.
But I went in there like,
I seen this before.
This normal, man.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody ever wanted me.
So that takes us back to preparation
in disguise.
Hey,
I'm telling you, bro.
Hey. Took you back on.
Hey, yeah. That's dope. But my bad. Go ahead.
Nah, bro. It's just it was calming that I'd already been there. Yeah. But still when I finally stepped into the facility, it's like, wow. Yeah, I'm actually here.
Yeah.
It still was a little shell shocking, but at the same time, it was show up to meetings early.
Yeah.
Go to the weight room, stay a little later. Go to the practice field. I remember, man, I was going with Kellen Moore, offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys now.
Yeah.
Kellen Moore, left-handed. His ball ain't had no zip on it, but his timing was impeccable. Like, he'll let it go. You still got 2 yards of run.
Yeah.
But I wasn't used to it, and I dropped Kellen ball proud. Man, the ball turned different.
Rotation.
I dropped Kellen ball so much, but I went to the jug machine, put that thing on left hand, reverse the spin, and start practicing.
Got better.
I couldn't get this stick out route where you want to roll into it. Got a hula hoop. I'm in the facility by myself, running around a hula hoop, just trying to practice that stick.
Yeah.
And it helped me improve quickly. So like you get there and you got 3 days to improve.
3 days.
People saw the improvement, people saw the potential, and then that's when one of the greatest moments of my life happened.
Dope.
Yeah.
So you go to training camp. I mean mini camp, sorry.
Yeah.
So huge difference.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge difference.
You go to mini camp.
Yeah.
3 days. Day 1, you felt like you were okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Decent.
Cool.
Yeah.
Day 2.
Tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Who did you run into? Who gave you some good advice? Yeah.
I mean, this is even before I even I know who you're getting at. Before I even stepped on the field for practice, somehow the last person from minicamp invited gets to minicamp first.
Okay.
So I get there a day before, early on in the morning, and the actual guys that play on the team are still there having meetings.
Right.
So I'm walking through, and I'm like, man, the little guy that's showing me through, and then we cross this little tiny path, and he like, that's Calvin Johnson. I'm like, I know.
Look, yeah, like trust me.
And he was like, Calvin, this guy from Atlanta, and that was the connection. And he stopped and had a conversation with him. I mean, like this Pro Bowl Hall of Famer randomly told about this kid. He stopped. We had a 5-minute conversation, man. And the small thing, and I don't think he ever realized he said this and what it meant to me. He said, I see you Monday.
See you Monday. Yeah.
And then when he said, I was like, I will be here Monday. Whatever it takes, I'm going to, because I wasn't signed. I wasn't promised anything. I could have been there for 3 days and they sent me home with the same thing I came with. But when he said, I'll see you Monday, I was like, hope. Man.
That's dope. Yeah. All right, third day. So, third day minicamp.
Yeah.
Start off rough.
Yeah. Me and Kellen Morton just. Yeah.
It's just one right.
Yeah.
But you redeem yourself.
Yeah.
I think 70 yard.
80 yard bang post.
80 yard. My bad, brother.
My bad. We was
10 yards off.
Hey, look,
don't rob them.
We was on the 20.
Okay. Okay. So, you ended well.
Yeah.
Right? How do you feel after that? Like just your personal feelings.
Still skeptical, still doubtful.
Okay.
Because I felt like coming from where I came from, I had to dominate every day. And I told you I had some rough moments out there. So I'm like, the only way that they're going to take this kid from North Carolina A&T unless I blow everything out of the water. And I didn't. I know I didn't. But I think they saw some potential because I did hit that bang A post. I did do well in one-on-ones. I did run some pretty good routes. So it was some things that they saw. But still, when I get done, I'm like, we break it down. I'm like, dang, bro, they ain't told me yet.
But even after all the confidence that the other teammates were getting, I know you went against the guy from LSU.
No, he's from Louisiana.
Louisiana. Okay.
Bill Billingsley went to the Raging Cajuns.
Okay.
Lafayette.
Louisiana Lafayette.
Bill was a third-round draft pick. He was supposed to be a starter.
Got recruited by them, too.
Yeah, I didn't.
Look,
he was supposed to come in and be the starting nickel. So I'm like, I'm giving Bill some work. I mean, we battling. It's almost like me going back to playing AD again. So we going at it, and he giving me my credit. Like, bro, where you from?
Yeah,
North Carolina A&T. Where is that?
Exactly. I thought that was a dope moment.
Where is that? But him saying that just kind of
like, forget all that. I don't care where you from.
Yeah.
Boy, I said, hey, you cold.
You a baller, bro.
Yeah.
And that's all I really wanted was that acknowledgement. So that did give me a little confidence in the rough couple days. But I still didn't have any sign of like they gonna sign you.
Yeah.
But as we broke it down, I'm walking off, I'm looking at everybody's face because I'm like, somebody got to tell me that they already been talked to, or something. Looking at everybody's face. Some people excited, some people joking around, some people solemn, and like me, I'm just like, damn, bro, this could be it.
Don't know, yeah.
And me looking around, I catch somebody's eyes, and I'm like, he looking at me.
I was about to get to that, but keep going.
Man, yeah.
That's how I was gonna end it.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm like, is this dude looking at me? And when I realized, like, that's Martin Mayhew. That's the general manager. Bro, I look back around me like, who behind? And I'm solemn. I'm walking. I'm the last person walking off.
Yeah.
And he walked through everybody, still looking at me. I'm like, bro, what the hell is going on? Stopped right in front of me and was like, had a pretty good minicamp. I'm like, sir, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. He was like, we're going to sign you.
Dope.
And it just fell out of me, bro.
Yeah,
I held it in for a second. But I ran, like, I was walking.
Yeah.
When he said that, he turned and walked away, I ran past everybody.
But you know you have been holding your breath since high school, right?
What you mean?
For that moment.
Yeah.
Like, I know you let all of that out.
Yeah.
Just think about that. That's why we play.
Yeah.
We play to get to the position that you were in.
Yeah.
So you let out ninth grade, soccer, kicker,
standing on the water's edge with my aunt,
getting did by AD, going to college, transit, all of that, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna
that one moment.
Let me paint the comical but passionate moment. I ran past everybody to get my phone because you want to tell your parents what's going on. I ain't signed nothing yet. I'm just I just want to tell them.
Yeah.
Grab my phone, run to the bathroom because everybody else, some people going home, some people they know they staying. I ran to the bathroom, got in the handicap stall. It's a little wider, and I'm like, answer the phone. Neither one of my parents answered the phone. I'm like, what the heck going on?
Yeah. They
end up calling me. I'm just sitting on the toilet, just sitting there waiting. Not using the bathroom, just sitting there.
Gotcha.
And then my dad called me back, and he was like, he sound groggy, but they had been up worried and praying about me because I was the night before. I was so antsy and so in the pain. I didn't want to talk to them. I didn't want to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
So they had been calling me, trying to get to me the night before. I didn't answer, so they had stayed up worrying, praying, all of that. And this is the day I'm supposed to graduate college.
Yeah.
So they answered the phone. I said, Dad, they gonna sign me. And as soon as that word came out of me, the bottom fell out of my tear ducts. It just everything.
Yeah.
Ugly cry, sniffing, and I can hear the celebration. Like he was groggy, and all of a sudden, hey, Annette, calling my mom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't hold it. Like somebody walk in the back.
You shouldn't be holding it.
But exactly what you said is why it came out like that, because I remembered it, and that's why it was so important to talk to my dad, because he remembered running button hooks, me getting mauled by Keontae, me playing and kicking and being mad all the time. Right. He saw all of that, and then it came to a point where I was at the highest level and got a chance to sign an NFL contract. So that was it was an ugly, but it was a beautiful moment.
No, most definitely. Most definitely. I kind of didn't have anything else after that. You got anything?
Nah, man. Because it's gonna be the series.
Yeah, we're gonna do this again.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about these next, because it was more. Of course, it's more to your story.
We only hit a few points, man. Make sure y'all pick it up. It's great.
Yeah, we can't give you everything. Because you got to pick up your copy, and I'm almost more than sure that he'll sign it for you. That's what he did for mine. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you reach out, I got you.
Yeah,
but it's definitely more to his story, man. And it clearly, from what he gave us today, it's a dope story.
Deep,
super deep, and then and it goes from there. It ain't like it even stopped.
Yeah, right it definitely continues.
That was
man.
just to that level.
Yeah,
and then the story continues. So.
Yeah, I'm excited to start the second book, because that will go through my professional career. But I wrote this book for me in the sense of the 14-year-old, the 16-year-old that's getting a chance, that don't know how they're gonna get through whatever is coming their way and whatever they're deciding to do. Because it doesn't just have to be football. It could be another sport. It could be god dang architecture.
Yeah.
Like going through drawing classes. I talk to architects, it's tough. Whatever you decide that you want to do, whatever you decide you want to do, I want you to be able to read this book and just understand that everything that you're going through is going to help you in the places that you want to get to, as long as you continue to fight and continue to make the decision to show up and get all you can from today.
That's it.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity, man, of you having us up here to even, go over the book, man. Yeah. That was dope. Even you reaching out, when doing the writing process to look over, a few chapters or a few paragraphs. So, I appreciate that, dog.
Yeah. So. And this moment was created by one of them times I heard, like, we were sitting there talking to Brandon, and he was like, I want to talk with you about the book. This is before he even read it.
Yeah.
I didn't act on it right then, but I always remembered that.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you for getting the book, reading the book, going through it, and being able to sit here with me and have this conversation, because I do feel like
it definitely sounds like you owe Brandon a dinner or a lunch.
And I'm also sorry if it seemed like I kind of took over, but like he said, I've been wanting to do this with him. Yeah. So I just, took advantage of my opportunity.
No, I appreciate you, brother. I really thought we were able to get into a lot of the stories in depth and feel a little bit beyond maybe somebody might just read a chapter cover.
Yeah. Most definitely. It's your podcast, man. End it how you end it, dog.
Man, this is, like, I like to say, amazing. This has been amazing. Yeah. Man, I appreciate both of y'all for taking the time to go through it, to sit with me. And hear what I went through, but also what I learned from it. Yeah. And hopefully us doing this can project the book, but the story and what somebody else could learn from it out there. That's the whole goal, is to get it out there so people can learn from it and carry it with them, because these principles, the things that I learned, the view that I eventually gained, can help anybody in any space in their life. Those tools. Put them in your toolbox and carry them with you.
Cool.
So this has been The Huddle. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And we'll catch y'all on the next one pretty soon.
Cool.
Peace.
All right.
Yeah. On the top floor. On the top floor.